During the last workshop, we explored 6 different interviews. We hope that each team experiments with a few of these interviewing techniques. This week, we are introducing another tool that teams might want to experiment with: cultural probes. This design tool is used to understand people, help design better experiences for products or services, and can be used to uncover hopes and dreams, which should be useful for a future focused project like Canada Beyond 150. As with any other technique, it won't be a fit for all groups or questions. If in doubt, discuss it with your enabler. In Canada Beyond 150, you will have to interview a variety of stakeholders to inform your foresight and design analysis, which is why we talked about different interviewing strategies in the last workshop with an emphasis on human centered methods from design theory. These are important transferable skills as interviews and roundtables are often an important part of engagement with stakeholders. Also important is figuring out how to make sense of your engagement. We would like you to explore coding as a tool for analyzing interview notes and transcripts to help you as a group build meaning from your interviews. So, what is coding? It's labeling the sentences or phrases from your interview transcripts using colors or code words. Each statement from an interview would be coded according to a set of predetermined categories or labels. Your coded data is actionable data. You can sort it, draw insight from something being repeated by many stakeholders or something being said only once. While never losing the original transcripts and coding the provenance of each statement, you can compare data from multiple stakeholders or from different data gathering techniques, like interviews and cultural probes, for instance. When you design the questions for your stakeholders, you might already have a list of things you're hoping to learn. These questions will help you create a list of predetermined labels or codes for which you might assign a specific color. As you begin highlighting statements in the different color codes, you may see different, unexpected types of statements emerging. This is when you and your team will need to create new labels to accommodate the data. Now let's go over the steps you would take to code your interview or cultural probe data. By data, we mean your notes, audio recordings, or filled out cultural probes. Step 1. Using your research questions and what you're trying to learn from your stakeholder, create a short list of codes. These are labels or categories. For example, if we were interviewing people about socioeconomic inclusion, we might use the codes of wealth, education, confidence, that sort of thing. I would recommend you assign a color to each one because you'll be likely doing this in Google Docs, and highlighting with color is quite quick and easy. Step 2. Using your color codes, read over your data, coding each statement with the appropriate color code. If a statement does not belong to any of these codes, then save it for the next step. Maybe color code it under Other. Step 3. Go over all the statements that did not belong to any of your labels and see if you need to add new categories. Once you've created new categories, code the remaining statements previously filled under Other and see if there are previously coded statements that would be better suited in the new categories. Step 4. Once you finish coding your data, you can copy and paste each statement into a spreadsheet, sorting your data by code and by source. You'll want to mark down where you originally gathered a data point so you never lose the context of the statement within the interview. Step 5. From this spreadsheet, you'll be able to identify repetition, patterns, and statements that stand out as unique viewpoints. These observations will be gained insight you can bring back to your stakeholders. Here is an example of statements that have been hand coded. Using one word codes allows statements, that is, sentences or phrases, to be coded under multiple labels. Here we see an interview being color-coded. If you're working with digital notes or transcripts, this approach is quick, but it can be difficult to code one statement under two colors. You can achieve this by copying the statement and having one copy coded under each color.